That's right. It's time for me to give my biggest. It's time for me to give my biggest narrative shifts post UFC 308. Pain. I don't know why I wasn't that upset after the KO. Maybe because I prepared myself subconsciously, kind of how I prepared myself with Poirier against Makachev. I kind of prepared myself for a submission. I genuinely didn't think it would be a KO. I thought Ilya would land like he would land, and I thought Ilya would hurt Max maybe at times or stun him, but I didn't think like flush KO out on your like out on your back. That was crazy. That was crazy. But I got a few narrative shifts. Majority only main card because where the fight came on, where I am, it was 9 a.m. I was at work. I got off of work, able to catch the main card. So, got a few narrative shifts for you guys. Starting with Ilya Topuria. He's going to be the next featherweight GOAT. Now, hold on. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. Hear me out. This title, I got the post-press conference in the background. I'm recording this on a Saturday. You're probably seeing this on a Sunday. But look, the lineage of this title is next level. There's only been 5 champions in the entire history of the UFC at featherweight. And they've all been GOATs. Besides Conor. Conor never got the GOAT stigma. But just hear me out. Jose Aldo, undefeated for 10 years. First featherweight champion. Loses to Conor McGregor. An all-time great, but not one of the GOATs, right? Here comes Max Holloway. New featherweight GOAT. Takes it from Aldo. KOs Aldo twice. Then here comes this guy named Alexander Volkanovski. Beats Max 3 times and becomes the featherweight GOAT. And then here comes this guy named Ilya Topuria. KOs Max and Volk. Featherweight is the featherweight belt is the most prestigious belt in the UFC history. It should be. It holds the best lineage. It holds the best value. If you're the featherweight champion, you're one of the all-time greats at this point. Think about it. Only all-time greats become featherweight champion. Another one, he probably retires Volk for good. Or beats Volk in the rematch to the point where it's like, okay, he should retire. I doubt Volk will retire, but he probably KOs Volk again. And this hurts because Volk's my top 5 favorite fighters. But then after that, Ilya's coming out. He got the BMF belt and the UFC belt. Still corny, you know. I look at Ilya, he's a corny guy to me, bro. I love his ability in the cage. He's won pound for pound. Ilya Topuria. He's not Islam. He's top 3 pound for pound for sure. But he's well-rounded. He can do everything. He's a new generation, man. I mean, he has crisp boxing, crisp ground game. There's very little holes in his game. So, he's just corny to me. It's hard for me to get behind his character. But anyway, another one is I don't think he'll lose until he moves up in weight. And by the time he moves up in weight, Islam might have moved up to 170. So, it's also tricky there. But I don't think this guy loses at featherweight. Diego Lopez, I don't think this guy loses at featherweight. And Ilya Topuria is going to be UFC's new biggest draw. He's going to surpass Alex Poitin-Pierre and be the UFC's new biggest draw. This is Spanish Conor McGregor. He's going to be the guy to bring the UFC to Spain. He's going to bring the UFC to Madrid. It's crazy. Crazy what this guy's doing. He's like 28 years old. We're watching in real time. Still corny as hell, though. I cannot get behind this dude. But Ilya Topuria, man. Undeniable. Max Holloway. The MMA gods are too cruel. Too cruel. Like Lucas says, too cruel. He'll probably never be undisputed champion again. And he's back to being a gatekeeper. In his press conference, he said he doesn't know if he wants to stay at 145 and fight the new guys coming up or if he wants to go to 155. Either way, I don't think he becomes champion. He's going to put on banger fights. He might find his way into a title fight at 155, but unless it's a BMF title defense, he probably won't fight for titles anymore. We're watching our heroes get destroyed as we speak. MMA guys are too cruel. Moving on, Hamzat Chimaev. I think we all know he's going to skip Sean Strickland. They asked Dana White that at the press conference. He said, I don't know. Ask me on Tuesday. Sean Strickland's getting skipped. And quite frankly, I'm happy he's getting skipped. Fuck it. Y'all know I don't like crybaby Strickland, but he's getting skipped. Another thing I think we all noticed, he hasn't changed his style / pacing, so his cardio won't improve. I don't care what kind. I said this before. I don't care what kind of training you're doing on top of what mountain you're doing with what coaches. As long as you fight at that pace, you will not be able to sustain that for 25 minutes. So he's still just going to be a finish fighter. He's going to need to get a finish in 5-round fights, or he's probably going to lose. And DDP beats him. DDP beats him. DDP matches the physicality. DDP probably beats him. But Hamzat Chimaev first round finish will always be viable no matter who he's fighting. And every single Hamzat Chimaev fight is going to be, if we're going to say, if this guy survives the first round. That's how every single one of his fights is going to go. And if that's how every one of your fights is going to go, and it's what if this guy survives the first round? Well, what if he doesn't? You know what I'm saying? So he can beat anybody. Is basically what I'm saying. But he hasn't changed that much style-wise. Nah. Robert Whittaker. Fluke. Fluke. Nah, it wasn't fluke. But the way he lost, all is forgiven. He didn't go out there. He didn't get smashed. It's moral victories for sure. But I'm saying the way the media and the fans will look at it. Dude, his teeth literally got popped out of his freaking gums. Like, you can't do nothing about that, right? But he didn't get smashed. He didn't get brutally beaten. He didn't get 10-8'd. He got subbed, but he didn't get really dominated. He just got his teeth popped out of his mouth. Damn. That is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But unfortunately, Robert Whittaker probably won't fight for a title again, just like Max. And he's also ending the fun fight era, the Dustin Poirier era. I don't even think he goes up. Definitely doesn't go up, but I don't think he goes down to 170. So I think he's going to be in this fun fight era. At least Max can go up and probably compete, He has a good ranking up there. People are still going to have hope. It's Max Holloway. And Max Holloway is still Max Holloway. It just looks like Ilia Topuria is Ilia Topuria, But Robert Whittaker, it's fun fight time. Fun fight or no fight. Kind of sucks, man. Our heroes are dying. Magomed Ankalaev. Boogeyman. I think we all watched Magomed Ankalaev fight today and saw how Alex Pereira smokes him. Polton smokes this dude, and I don't want to hear it. He gave up about 35 calf kicks, unchecked. You give 5 free calf kicks to Alex Pereira, you're compromised, and you're a sitting duck. The way Rockets was able to slip and roll Magomed shots, Botox probably going to knock this dude out early. Probably going to look back at it and say Khalil put up a much better fight than Magomed Ankalaev. And I think Ankalaev's cap, as far as his whole, I'm not shooting, I'm going to stand up, he's going to shoot. Once Alex lands those calf kicks, starts landing those body kicks, starts touching him, he's going to shoot. He's lying. He's going to shoot. He's going to shoot for a takedown. Just like I didn't believe Ilia Topuria, Magomed's going to shoot for a takedown. Then Rafael dos Anjos. I'm getting close to the end. Rafael dos Anjos. It might be time to plan for a retirement fight. Freak injury. Sucks, but he was getting beat up. You could tell the way that fight was going. He was getting beat up. But I think yesterday was his 40th birthday. Happy birthday, RDA. The durability has been declining. Everything's just been declining, and he went up a weight class trying to feel better, and I'm pretty sure he does feel better. It's an easier weight cut, but I think it's time to retire. I think it's time to hang it up. Really. And then last, this isn't a narrative shift, but this is just me telling you guys, don't fall for it. Don't fall for this. This fight was open in the early prelims for a reason. When Dana said we looked at it, we took a second look at it, and we decided to move it up because we had big expectations. They knew Aslan, like I told you, was fighting a can. He was fighting a nobody. He was fighting a can crusher, and he was gonna KO him, and that's exactly what he did. I told you guys Rafael Casera, Ibo Aslan was plus money. I told you guys, like, it doesn't make sense. I told you guys he's gonna KO him. I told you guys because the guy he fought was 11-0, yes, but the guys he fought were 0-1, 0-3, 0-4, 0-2 in a nobody organization. It was a pop-up organization. It was state fair fights. You see what I'm saying? So that's the type of level of competition he was fighting, and he was in those fights. I mean, he wasn't impressing me at all in the tape that I watched. Told you guys he was gonna give ground to his opponent when they come forward. He was gonna get hit, and he was gonna get KO'd. That's what happened. So don't fall for it. That's all I got for you. Biggest narrative shifts. After UFC 308, if you enjoyed this, I want to do more of these after every pay-per-view. Or maybe even after big fight nights, who knows. But see y'all for the predictions and breakdowns for the next fight. Most confident dogs. For the next card, you ain't gotta go home. You gotta get up out of here, man. Yay.